I got a secret for you. The government killed Kennedy.
Can I screw up?
That should be able to screw off in front of that.
Screw off, Chad!
Is there anything we can't say? Like, is there anything that you wouldn't want us to?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There is a question here, just so you know, penis size. You cool with talking about that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Now, the girthiness of it, is it,
We're not going to be talking
are we talking about cocaine?
We got to relate it to your, like, the sausage program.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Does that fit? Holy fuck, there we go.
That's better.
Looks like a fucking butt plug.
But now we can't hear.
I'm going to have to cut that out. You know.
Fuck, are you recording already?
We're about to get started, man.
Son of a bitch, I didn't see the countdown already ran out.
It's done.
It's done.
Gotta give me a warning, Stark.
No, just pay attention. Oh, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther. Coming here from Forward, Texas, we've got a phenomenal show for you here on episode number 87. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Jonny White from Goldee's here. You want to say hey?
Hey, what's up?
So glad to have you here. We just went on Sunday. It wasn't our first time. It won't be our last time, but we can talk about that as well. So excited to have you on the show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, everyone. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
I'm Stark.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Are we putting him in the middle to keep him from...
What do you mean?
Oh, no, I'm always last, yeah. But he usually kicks it off and just like...
always forget.
With skipping Stark, yeah.
I don't know. Is it because you took a week off? Is this all new to you again?
It might be.
It's just all fresh.
Dude, no joke.
So, did you put something on here that you want to
put
say?
number one podcast in Fort Worth, nothing but illustrious guests. Our guest today, Jonny of Goldee's Barbecue
Nice.
over in Kennedale. Kennedale, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like
yeah.
It's Fort Worth.
Our address says Fort Worth, but it's definitely Kennedale.
Yeah.
Like, but if I'm just speaking, if an ambulance shows up there, it's gonna be one of mine. So it's Fort Worth. It is technically Fort Worth.
It is.
Oh, does Kennedale have their own thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I think when we were told that we were like
y'all were like right
Tarrant
on
County unincorporated.
Yeah, y'all like right on the freaking border.
Yeah, it's super close.
Muy interesante.
When we talked to the city of Fort Worth for our permits and stuff, they said, that's not us.
Yeah, unincorporated, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's kind of like you get to do whatever you want. It's no man's land.
Yeah, so then we were like, okay, well, we'll just say we're in Kennedale then. we get to choose.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that why Alpine's over there? I mean,
Probably. They don't have to deal with any of the...
Yeah, it makes sense.
Probably.
Yeah. So a couple real quick things. So we do have some individual updates because we did some stuff over the weekend. We got a couple of group updates that we'll run through. And then we've got sports with Javier. And then we'll get to a whole shit ton of questions that we've got for you tonight. All right?
Okay,
That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, so individual updates. Pretty nice weekend. I don't know what all y'all did. We went out for Christy's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Christy. It was yesterday.
happy yesterday birthday.
Christy, we went out. We went to Blackland. We went to Maple Branch. We went to Two Lanes. Awesome night. And then what else did we do? Oh, I finally got to try Righteous Foods.
Yeah.
Lanny was on last week. Lanny Landcart. We had an awesome episode with Lanny, who brought us tons of food from Phantasmo that night. We had him on the show, but I hadn't had Righteous Foods yet. And holy shit, it was so good. I had the poke bowl and it was insane. It had like apple and like, rice, two different kinds of apple and then like, tuna, soy sauce. I mean, it was just,
You feeling pretty healthy, like after eating that?
Yeah. And I got like a cold pressed juice, to go along with it.
That's
Because,
nice.
why not?
Yeah.
It's righteous. So got to try that out finally.
I was about to ask, was it pretty righteous? But you just
It was righteous. Thanks for asking.
You did your own dad joke.
Yeah.
Got it.
But
And then I did the zoo run with my mom, which was kind of nice. It
Cool,
was fun.
yeah.
There's a shit ton of people at the zoo run.
well, they got animals over there.
It's the zoo, yeah.
Hey, so I wasn't going to do news, but you brought up the zoo real quick, and I'm gonna tell this. So they're getting rid of a few of their birds because of avian flu.
Get out of here, bird!
So they're not going to have them out in the general public.
So that's not a good thing to hear because
So, like, the
I got
penguins-
bit by a flamingo.
What?
So
Is this like you returning from China all over again?
God damn it!
no. Okay, I didn't get bit by a flamingo. I got really close to flamingos. I didn't get bit.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I think we're okay. What did y'all do? Anything else?
I don't remember.
Fun?
Oh, I went to Beast & Co. They just opened up on Magnolia. Pretty cool spot. I I forgot the chef's name. It was really shitty. He came by. He's really nice. He's like, "Hey, how's my food?" And I'm like, "Oh, delicious, man. Really good job." And that was it. It's pretty expensive too. But,
cool.
Go there for a date night. Take your missus.
Or Mister.
Or Mister. Whatever. If women want to pay, I had to pay that night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it cheap?
Fuck no. Shit was expensive.
Was it as much food? I mean, we spent a decent coin at Goldee's on Sunday, but we got like a whole truckload full of food.
It was the same price, but it was like
less food.
Yeah. The olives were delicious. I mean, they didn't have bread pudding. I mean, but they had bread pudding.
But they had some delicious olives.
The fucking olives were bomb.
Were they?
Yeah, they were, and almonds too. So it came with almonds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you have the whole hand cheek situation?
Oh, I don't know.
Reminiscing about 2 days ago.
It was a good fucking Sunday, though. Great fucking Sunday. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about our Goldee's experience. Stark, what'd you do this weekend?
Hey, so
Switch the camera real quick.
Bitch, you went drunk.
So I went to a Little Mermaid play.
Okay, I wish that I had control of.
Can I just turn him? I can turn him off.
Switch back, Tim.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
like third and fourth graders put it on.
Nice. Put on a play. Yeah,
and like they did the lights and the music and the play. It was
cool.
awesome.
Was one of your children in it?
No.
Oh.
Just in kindergarten now, so maybe in the future.
Okay.
But
was this something you just did on your own? Like, hey,
we have friends.
Did you bring your kids at least?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that'd be really creepy if you didn't.
Yeah, my kids really enjoyed it.
All right.
And it was,
I'm going to crack open my hard Mountain Dew seltzer.
I didn't know we were waiting.
I don't know. We used to crack them on mic, and we just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
We haven't really drank a whole lot on our episodes.
Well,
recently.
after South by Southwest, we had to kind of
we had to take a break. We went to South by Jonny. Just so you know, we went to South by with a bunch of amazing musicians and Visit Fort Worth and all this stuff a few weeks ago, and they were just feeding us TX whiskey like it was nobody's business.
They went through their entire weekend's worth of TX in like 5 hours the first day.
So we just stopped drinking for a while. It was a long and amazing but rough weekend.
It was binge drinking at its finest.
It was.
So how was your weekend, Johnny?
It was good. It was a great weekend.
Yeah.
We had every day was super busy, and we sold all our food. And that's the main goal.
That's the goal.
Didn't really have anyone yell at me, so that's
second goal.
Yeah, that's the second goal. It's not to have anyone yell at me. So
do you get that a lot?
Like the first month, I feel like I did, but I haven't had it in the last 3 months.
Good.
So that's been really nice. The first month, I don't know why. It was just that the lines were so long.
Oh, so first month post Texas Monthly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first month post Texas Monthly. When the lines were super long, that's when I got a good yelling out pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why. But.
So if no one knows, tell us about that Texas Monthly.
Texas Monthly is a magazine that has a group of writers and one main like barbecue editor that they go around and judge. This year, I think they did 450 barbecue restaurants, and then they make a top 50 list of the best 50 restaurants in their opinion in Texas.
And that's Daniel Vaughn, the barbecue BBQ snob on Twitter.
Daniel Vaughn's the main one. Yeah.
Is it like it's not every year? It's every 4 years,
every 4 years.
Yeah.
So it takes them about. I guess it takes them about 4 years to try all the restaurants, and then some like us in between. Like when the last one came out, we didn't open up until 2 years after the last one came out. So. It gives them 4 years, and if a really good one opens up within those 4 years, they go and try it, and they can make it up there.
Cool.
Very cool.
This is a good question.
It was a good question for later.
Yeah,
after we got through the group
I
updates.
asked him about his weekend. I wanted to. I wanted to get his input too. Geez, sorry, Chad.
It's okay.
Sorry, Dad.
It's all right.
Sorry, Dad.
Stark's the dad. He's the one that went to go see Little Mermaid.
Yeah, by himself.
I can show you.
The chat is asking what characters all of y'all would be.
If we were in Little Mermaid?
Apparently I'm Sebastian. I don't know who Sebastian is.
He was the lobster crab thing,
Yeah,
right?
the red.
That's fitting, I guess. That seems more like Javier, I think.
Is he a pervert? If he loves titties, I'm your man. So on the group chat, y'all's pictures from Goldee's were drool worthy. They absolutely were.
Oh, yeah.
Chad took a really great.
I bet he was a pervert.
He probably was pinching all the mermaids.
I don't even remember all the characters.
I don't either.
Who would Stark be?
Flounder. Well,
you'd be Flounder for sure.
Probably,
100% you're Flounder.
Lumiere was in there too.
Who?
So was Mrs. Chip and Mr. Cup or whatever. Is it the right?
I thought that was
Beauty and
the Beast.
Oh well.
Beauty and the Beast.
Dude, I think you're making up stuff at this point.
All right, we just need to stop.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tim, did you do anything?
Nothing that we should.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to bring it down. Yeah. It was just it was a bad week, bad weekend. We got a few more weeks that are going to be kind of rough, but I'm here. So hey,
Well, we're here for
Glad
you.
you're here.
We love you, man.
We're here for you. Love you, Jetsy. So a couple of group updates, real quick. One.
I thought we did that.
No, we have not.
Okay.
So really excited about this event that we have got coming up on May 12th at the Kimpton Harper.
Wait, what? We got an event?
Yeah, I don't think Tim actually knows anything about
No,
this.
man, I really don't.
He's been completely out of it. Oh, apparently I'm the mermaid. Okay, cool. Fantastic. You mean, wasn't there the king mermaid, the merman? Am I the king?
You know, they have no penises, right?
He's the daddy.
I'm the daddy. All right, sorry. So on May 12th, we have got this really fantastic event called Podcast and PBR. So Corkston Cowtown, who's another phenomenal podcast here in Fort Worth. We've talked about Robin a lot before. Got to hang out with her at South by as well. And then also LDP from It's Probably You. The three of our podcasts have made this brainchild baby that's going to be Podcast and PBR over at the Kimpton Harper. And so essentially we're going to have a big room. We're going to have anyone that already has a podcast here in Fort Worth, anyone that wants to start a podcast here in Fort Worth, anyone that is just interested in meeting some podcasters that they listen to here in Fort Worth, right? It's just going to be a big, hangout, right? For a couple hours at Kimpton Harper, right around the time that PBR is going to be at Dickey's. And so we might even have some PBR beer. You know what I mean? Like, might as well. PBR is right there in the name. So really looking forward to that. You'll see it as a shout out. We've already posted something on our Instagram at the Funky Panther. We'll continue to post a couple more things about it here in the near future. But if you don't already follow us on social media, you can find us on all the things The Funky Panther, and then also thefunkypanther.com. But again, May 12th, look forward to it. Please, 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 if you can come, we'd love to see you there.
Is this PBR like as in the beer PBR?
Both.
We're going to have PBR,
Okay.
but it's also during the
PBR,
professional bull riding at Dickey's. Yeah.
Right.
Great question, Tim.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
You should try
glad
to
I'm
make
here.
it, Johnny. It's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Also, you can catch us this Thursday. So when this episode drops on the podcast world or in 2 days, right? What day is that? This is the 7th. On the 7th, we're going to go see our boy. It's Ernie. He's going to be playing at Mass. It's at Mass, right?
Yeah.
Which we got to interview him a little bit on South by. We've also got to see him perform a couple times since then.
Yeah, last week
there was
was
a
a good
really
show.
cool, right after our show last week, we went to Tulips and there's like an open mic night. And first off, I don't know who the hell that band was, but they were phenomenal. The guitarist was insane. The drummer and the bass player I know I think they play for
Avery Burke. Right?
Avery Burke, and then the drummer also played for Lou at South by. But it was so cool. It was so much fun. Just any musician could come up there with their song. They're like jamming out just for a little bit, catching the chords and the beat and figuring it out. And all of a sudden they're just hitting these songs. And it was a really cool experience. Got to have a couple beers and hang out with some really cool people. Mm-hmm. And then also, this weekend, we get to hang out with our friend Angie, Pero Like Let's Eat, who was on our show not too long ago. She's the foodie blogger. If you don't already follow her on Instagram, Pero Like Let's Eat, then you absolutely should. But we're probably going to go eat some food with her, probably go to the Main Street Arts
Get some
Festival.
hot pot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then Grady Spencer in the Works going to be playing downtown on Saturday, so we're probably going to go check him out as well.
So
What
is Lou
else?
Charles and the Squeeze Box.
Lou Charles and the Squeezebox Bandits are going to be
Thursday
at the Main Street Arts Festival. So if you're not going to go see It's Ernie over at Mass, you should definitely go check out Lou and Squeezebox over downtown Thursday night. So what else we got here? I think that's it. I think
They've got something weird happening downtown though. Just FYI, if you haven't heard.
the
dueling. Yeah. So the family that controls
the family.
Yeah. Down there, they've kind of had this like falling out with each other.
Right.
And one side has done one thing, the other side's done the other, and now they're having this dueling arts festival, which is going to be confusing because people are going to be in Sundance Square thinking this is Main Street Arts Festival, but the Main Street Arts Festival is actually happening on Main Street. And yeah, it's just going to be
It's kind of weird, although I don't really see the big deal about it. Like, no one's going to notice they're different.
No, but they've ruined downtown.
Well, yeah, that I care about.
Okay.
That I give a shit about. Have you been downtown Fort Worth recently?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't know why, because downtown sucks.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing down there anymore. It is awful. And
Yeah.
business is just Riata. I don't know if you heard about this. Riata, who's been a staple downtown Fort Worth for a long time, they're moving.
Not only were they in the Bank One Tower at the top of the floor pre-tornado,
Right.
But then they moved to the location they're at now, and they've been there forever. And then they're like, yeah, we're out. The valet service has gone up. They're having rent disputes. Dude, they want $50,000 a month for the spot that I believe Funky Town Donuts is at.
Yeah, it's
$50,000 a month.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Do you come to Fort Worth often? I mean, I know the shops or the restaurants in Kennedale. Do you live out that direction?
No, I live in Fort Worth.
Okay.
But I guess I don't really go to downtown that much.
Yeah.
Where do you normally go?
There's no real need.
Whenever you go to party, where do you go?
Actually, I mean, we do. I feel like we go to Nickel City.
Oh,
downtown.
fuck yeah.
that's
Right.
the point.
That's usually where we hang out.
Same.
We did an episode from the back, the little bar Bagazo in the back one time. It was
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, that's usually our spot.
Their sliders go hard.
Yeah.
Like they're really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Definitely.
And the tots.
It's actually where we used to hang out in Austin. That's why when they opened up here, we were like, oh, okay, let's go hang out over there.
Yeah.
We're all living here now. So
Wait, so you lived in Austin before?
Hey.
We're getting there. We're getting there. All right.
Lord.
Get me all antsy, man.
That ends the group news. I think that we've got Javier's doing some sports, yeah?
Yeah.
And now, Action Sports with Javier Hernandez. Take it away, Javier.
The Panzer City Lacrosse Club is undefeated in the month of March with 68 total goals.
Hey, that's awesome.
Way to go, boys.
They're finally doing it.
It's our hometown lacrosse team and our only professional squad.
Killing it.
Good job, boys. Do the work and get in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and get that chip. Next up, Dallas Mavericks are in the playoffs officially. What are our or your expectations in this playoff run?
I will be completely honest with you. I haven't watched a full game this entire season.
Son
Same.
of a bitch.
I know. I've been so goddamn busy, but I mean, my expectation, we win.
Okay.
Okay, no.
I don't know.
Here's what I want. I want us to win. Here's what I expect it to be like any other team that's in the DFW area that we will get so far and then stop.
Stop.
Johnny, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm a
about
nihilist.
the Mavs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a Hawks fan.
Oh, really?
Atlanta-
okay,
Atlanta
Trae
Hawks.
Young.
Well, this is fun.
Yeah. Right.
That's not bad. They're doing really good too.
Yeah.
They've been doing pretty good here in the past couple of years. Trae Young, he's been killing it. So
Who's the team to beat right now? Like, who's the number 1, number 2 teams to beat?
it's the Suns and the
Really?
Bucks. No, I think the Bucks are like third in the Eastern Conference, but who is first in the? Who is first?
Giannis and his brother?
It might be like the Heat or the Bucks.
Oh, you're right. The Heat were number one.
That's
For
what the
a
last time.
minute.
Yeah, last time I checked, I think.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero?
Yeah. What's his name? He's like smashing on Selena Gomez.
Oh, I don't know.
The Heat are number 1.
Oh,
Celtics number 2. Bucks number 3.
Thank you, James.
Intern coming in clutch.
Suns. The Suns.
Suns
are
have the best
number
record in the
1
league.
on the West.
Wow.
Yeah, so with 3 games left, the Mavs end the regular season at home against the Spurs. Hoping for big things. Luka's numbers have been coming up lately, especially with the recent trade with Spencer Dinwiddie. So the team's been doing really great. Other than that, I have high expectations, at least make it out the first round. I do want to see a clash against the Los Angeles Clippers because fuck the Clippers.
I did see some stat, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but something like the entire NBA has 6 times has a player got 30 points and 10, I think it's rebounds or turnovers or something like that in a single game.
And Luka leads the league.
And
for every
three of those 6 are from Luka.
Yeah.
So the other 3 are the entire NBA. It's nuts. He's phenomenal.
The man's like he's a man baby. He's got like a
Man baby?
He's got
He
that-
does. He looks boyish.
I'm sure he would love to hear that.
He's got that big dick energy. Me and Luka go back to Slovenia. So
Never mind.
Are you done with sports?
no, baseball's back. Baseball's I don't know when opening day is, but it's going to be a good time. Rangers have a lot to prove, especially with a lot of young players this season. And I think we just made a trade yesterday. Crap, I can't remember, but. I didn't prep for baseball because, it's baseball.
It's baseball.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll
We'll
get
go to
there.
a couple games. We'll be let down a little bit, and it'll be a good time.
In other words, WrestleMania 38 happened this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
We did get to see Stone Cold last Thursday at
We
Billy
did.
Bob's.
Our buddy Mike the Bike met Stone Cold
Yeah, he
Steve
met
Austin.
him.
Very cool.
But we did go to WrestleMania. We said we were going to. and it was
Yeah, I
just a
wanted
busy
to.
weekend.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
stuff happens.
Whatever.
Johnny, did you used to watch wrestling?
I did used to watch wrestling. Yeah,
What was your favorite, WCW or WWF or E?
it was WWE.
He's so
I
young
think,
that WWF and
Yeah,
WCW, that wasn't a fucking thing, dude.
Who was your guy? Who was your wrestler back then?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, fucking
that,
A,
was,
man.
that was my favorite.
Yeah, that dude still goes hard.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that you didn't grow up watching WWF on Sunday mornings?
If you didn't know
It was always
he
WWE.
graduated from high school in 2013.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's considerably younger than we are.
he's a baby boy.
Yes, he's the baby boy, not Luca.
Did you watch any WrestleMania this year?
I didn't watch it, but I wanted to. I was actually planning on going too, but I just ended up not happening.
It came up out of nowhere. It's like, okay, tickets released. Okay, that sounds great. And then all of a sudden it's here. It's like, oh shit, what happened at the time?
It was a good show. Stone Cold came out and Vince McMahon was like wrestling, and then of course the Stunners came, and it was a lot of fun. So
Logan Paul came out with his like Pikachu card. It's like it actually got in the Guinness Book of World Records by how much, like, I think it was the biggest trade of all time. It's a $5.5 million card.
Yeah.
And he traded his PSA 9 for a PSA 10 plus, I don't know, 3 or 4 million. It was something stupid. And so it got into the Guinness Book of World Records right before, I guess, all this fight and shit like that. So, of course, he had that around.
And I saw that, what was
like
it?
the most expensive Pokemon card.
The boys from Jackass were there.
Oh yeah, they were. It was
Party Boy went in there,
pretty
and
fun. It was funny. They had a big mousetrap, and it was just ridiculous, man. It's what you would expect from wrestling and Jackass. So, and like,
look how big his smile is. You never see him smile like this unless you're at a strip club.
It was entertaining.
He really enjoyed WrestleMania. I don't even know when you had the time to watch it.
It is the most expensive card. It was $5.3 million. I did see that. The card was $5. It was a Pikachu Illustrator's card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
PSA 10.
Yeah. Good looking out, Jordan.
Basically what I said, but thank you.
Yeah. So that's it for sports.
Mansplaining over me.
Shut up, bitch.
And that was Action Sports with Javier.
What do y'all think about this Mountain Dew hard seltzer?
Man, I don't like this. I don't like zero sugar.
Oh. I mean, okay.
Other than that,
How's the Baja Blast? Does it taste like Baja Blast?
It does kind of. I think it's good. I like it a lot. I think I'm with that. I don't really like the zero sugar either.
Okay.
Like if it wasn't zero sugar, I feel like it might be the best drink of all
Do they
time.
make a non-zero sugar
no,
version?
I think
Probably
it's
not.
all like I think it's all like this.
Most seltzers are like
Supposed to be like healthier alternative or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Still alcohol, but
right. It is pretty tasty though. I drink more.
If it had like the real sugar, I think it would be the best.
He just knocks it off the table.
so
But it is still good though. I'll still drink.
I think Mountain Dew probably has their diet. Mountain Dew is, or not diet, but their Mountain Dew Zero probably is the closest zero drink that tastes like the original, in my opinion. I was supposed to, things happen. I was going to bring the Coke Starlight and see if everybody try it, because I don't know. Have you tried it yet? So they've got it's supposed to taste like space. It's space flavored.
We'll try it next time.
Yeah, but everybody, I recommend going out and trying to find one. They've had them at various QTs and stuff like that, but everybody's getting different flavors from them, and so it's really weird.
We'll try it next time. I actually also got there was some article about HEB chips, like these novelty chips, like ice cream flavored.
Right.
It's like weird ass chips, and I got some of those too. So we'll have to check those out when we have the Starlight sometime.
But shout out to Becca for bringing these back from Florida and letting us get a couple of these. And this
episode brought to you by Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, get in your mouth.
Yeah, that's their slogan.
I think that's pretty close.
Mountain Dew. No, I can't say that.
Hey, mark that time down. Cut that. We're going to send it to Mountain Dew.
We'll get a sponsorship in no time.
Yeah.
All right. Now to you, sir.
The guest of honor.
He's like, why the fuck did I come? So something that we generally do with our guest, Jonny, is we do something called the Funky Five. We do just like 5 rapid fire questions. They're all local. They should be pretty easy. I know that you're busy, dude, but, places that you like to go, things that you like to do around town. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So just the first one, this is not one of the 5, but what's your favorite color?
Okay. Pink.
Okay. See, that was pretty quick. All right. Didn't know that. I mean, I know that like the Jirby thing, right?
Yeah.
But we put this thumbnail for this episode is pink because
that's perfect.
You can appreciate that.
That's perfect.
All right. All right. So question number 1, your favorite Fort Worth restaurant?
Goldee's. No, I'm joking.
Nice. Hey, you can do it.
Yeah, Goldee's. Then I love Goldee's.
Do you eat a lot of your own food?
We eat a tray every day before service.
No shit.
Quality control. Yeah,
Of course, you have to, I guess. Yeah.
That's when we'll kind of go through and see if there's anything we shouldn't serve or anything like that. Nice. Usually we catch that during the week, but just that last little double check, just to see.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
That's super hard. Probably the brisket.
Yeah.
The brisket.
I can tell you what my favorite thing is that hash stuff.
It's not called hash anymore.
Yeah.
We'll get into
Okay, cool.
It's called something different. I was trying to find on the menu. I was like, where the yeah.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
It's that stuff.
After the Funky Five. All right. Your favorite drinking spot in Fort Worth?
Nickel City.
Okay.
Definitely Nickel City. Yeah,
Hell
we go
yeah.
there. We go there a lot, actually.
Nice. Favorite local musician?
I don't even know.
Okay, let's
honestly.
expand it to Texas.
Oh, jeez.
Let's expand it nationwide.
Who the fuck are you listening to right now?
Shoot.
So I actually have a question on here. We'll just do this one. What was the last thing? What was the last thing that you listened to? Like on your if you like riding up here or whatever. What were
Playboy Cardi.
you? Okay.
Yeah. Playboy Cardi for
Okay,
sure.
nice. Your favorite? Do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah.
Okay, your favorite podcast?
This one. I like Tales from the Pits.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tales from the Pits. Yeah, they're pretty. It's a barbecue one. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
They-
Dan was telling us about that.
Yeah, we have some different opinions, but I still like listening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of different opinions?
They did they actually, before the Texas Monthly list came out, they did a list, and they made a top 20 barbecue restaurants.
Yeah.
And they gave us number 6. So I always give them a hard time about that.
Who was number 1 on that list?
On their list,
Yeah.
Truth.
Okay.
In Houston.
Yeah.
And they were number 3 on the Texas Monthly. So
I've heard of them. Yeah, never been, but it sounds good. Okay, cool. Favorite? Okay, so think about you're scrolling through the TV channels and you're trying to figure out what the hell you're going to watch, but you just don't know what to watch. A movie comes on and you're like, okay, I'm just going to watch the rest of this movie because why
doesn't-
not?
yeah, it doesn't matter
It's like one of your favorite
where it's at,
movies.
yeah.
probably Spider-Man 3.
Oh, the one with Venom?
Yeah, Venom.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Why though? Why? I have to know.
Why though?
Just when he like turns emo and does all the dancing and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know that I feel like that movie gets a lot of hate, but I don't know. I like it. I think it's a good, easy watch, and it's cool.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every Spider-Man movie, and growing up with those,
Yeah.
seeing the movies, it was
Did
always
you watch
cool.
the newest one?
I haven't seen the newest
Oh
one
my
yet.
god,
'cause,
you've got to.
well,
We can't
yeah.
talk about
It's
it
good.
if you haven't seen
it's
it,
really
but
good.
it is.
He'll bring a tear to your
In my
eye.
thought, it is hands down the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah,
check that
I'll
out.
put it up there.
Just brings it all together. It's nice.
What's your favorite TV show?
Well, right now,
Yeah.
or just in general.
Well, I mean,
general.
both. I want to hear both.
Of course you do.
well, I watch it. I guess right now it's Attack on Titan.
Oh,
I think,
fucking A.
yeah.
I haven't caught up to it.
Yeah.
I finished the second season. I watched the first 4 episodes of the final season. But did you hear that they're the part 3, which I'm kind of like.
I watched the last episode, and then I was like, okay, yeah, the rest will come out, 2023.
Yeah.
So totally, it bummed me out. But this was they said this is the last season.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we'll just wait another year.
Well, because do you read the manga? Did you ever read the manga?
I never read the manga.
So like I was like watching the episodes, and I'm like, how are you going to compress this in like so few episodes?
Yeah.
And so I am glad they're coming out with
yeah,
the
me
third
too.
season.
I bet they come out with like a movie too.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Because the anime movies lately have been going off, so they've been really good. I bet Attack on Titan probably does.
What's your favorite anime movie?
Probably the newest Demon Slayer movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
I've never seen it. I heard it's breaking records.
It was great. It was great. Yeah. It was-
So yeah, I need to. I've been trying to
Definitely
watch
check
it,
that
but I'm stuck in my old ways. I still watch
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super, My Hero Academia. You know, just
no, I watched those too. I've seen those.
so Demon Slayer is your favorite anime.
No, I wouldn't say Demon Slayer is my favorite. That movie might be my favorite anime movie, but I think Attack on Titan is definitely up there as like one of my favorite. Yeah, I love Attack on Titan.
My girlfriend won't watch it because she's
Yeah.
like, it's scary. blah, blah, blah.
It is super weird. It's really.
It is.
I mean, like it's not weird, but like the Titans look super weird and creepy.
Oh my
So
god,
they're,
those
you know.
abnormal Titans just
Yeah,
look ridiculous.
Yeah, they're super creepy. So.
These guys don't know what we're talking about because
No idea.
I love it whenever
Yeah,
I can
yeah, right.
talk about anime with somebody. It's very
No, they're great. Everyone at Goldee's watches them too.
Really?
So, yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
we
fucking A.
kind of get together and talk about them, and that's what we were talking about. Starting a podcast where we just talk about anime.
Holy
it's
shit.
Like no barbecue, just anime.
This is why you need to come to that event at the Kimpton
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can.
Dude, call it barbecue and anime,
Yeah.
and just
No-
like
no barbecue.
But yeah, no barbecue.
Just like it's the guys from Goldee's. Everyone's like, yes, and it's just like straight anime.
Can I just tell you my favorite episode of Attack on Titan?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the episode where Eren finds out that the other two are Titans, and then of course they're fighting, and then at the very end of the episode when the colossal Titan like breaks free from the wall and is just going face first onto like Eren and the armored Titan, and then it just ends.
Yeah.
and you're like, holy shit! Like that was.
Yeah. No, It's great. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a great episode.
Spoiler.
They had their chance 2 years ago to watch this. So
Is it 2 years old?
actually, that's like 3 years old. I was in Mexico. It was 2017 whenever that episode came out.
You
Everybody's
know,
talking
that
about
show always reminds me of Back Home in Mexico.
it. Shut up, bitch.
You know, same.
Right?
Yeah. Sure.
We
does.
rate Goldee's, and Javier's been doing this a bit recently, apparently. Is like he could smell the smoke off the smoker. He's like, that just reminds me of Mexico. Back home, it smells like Mexico.
Yeah, back on the farm.
Sir,
times.
you've lived here.
Yeah, I know.
Man, whatever.
So ridiculous.
You're from the Americas.
All right, well, you made it through the Funky Five.
Was that
and
the
then-
Funky Five?
That
And
was
then some.
And then
Okay.
some.
And then some.
All right.
Yeah, we're done. We're
Good.
done with that.
I would really love to hear that barbecue and anime thing, or just the anime itself.
yeah.
So, all right, Johnny, it's now your turn to tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? How'd you get into barbecue? Like, we want to know the entire story. We'll probably stop you and ask you a lot of questions, but like,
Okay.
we want to hear everything.
Start from your childhood.
Jeez, yeah.
How'd your parents meet?
I kind of have to. I moved here in second grade from Georgia. That's why I'm a Hawks fan and Falcons fan and everything. But I moved here second grade. I met three of the other owners of Goldee's in probably second grade. And
Oh, no shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like us. Like, we've all known each other.
They just
since, like,
y'all have just
elementary
done
school.
something, and we've done this.
We got a podcast
Yeah, we've
and
done
things. But we're not on any kind of
Right.
amazing list like you. But cool. Okay, continue.
So yeah, we all met like that, and then we all became pretty good friends. All five of the owners, probably in high school, and then so then after high school, we moved to Austin, where pretty much all of them except for me were going to college, and that's why we moved to Austin. But I was just hanging out. I was working in restaurants and doing whatever I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I never planned to go to college anyway. So I was
You
just
just
hanging
went
I was
down
just
there
hanging
with
out.
them?
Yeah.
You were living the fun life.
Yeah, I was living the super fun.
I mean,
life.
Austin's a good place to just hang out.
Yeah,
For sure.
And I was working at Home Depot in Austin actually, and then I quit doing that and I started working in the restaurants in Austin, and then eventually one of the other owners, Dylan, he was working at a barbecue restaurant, and we all just kind of got super into barbecue, just started eating it, and that kind of is what happens when you go and try barbecue and stuff like that. Like sometimes you'll just get super into it and be like, I just want to try all the places.
Yeah.
Like I want to try all the barbecue restaurants.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just what happened to us. And from there on, we just we lived there for about 5 years, and we tried to figure out a plan to open a restaurant.
Gotcha.
And we just kind of worked at a bunch of different barbecue restaurants between the five of us, and eventually were able
All
to,
down in Austin?
yeah. There's one in Brenham. The original Truth was in Brenham, and Dylan worked there. Lane, which is one of the owners, he worked at Micklethwait and Friedman's.
Ooh, we went to Micklethwait's a couple times.
I talked to him in the line the last time we went, because I was like, because I'm pretty sure he was down there whenever we went there, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
They had that pooled
lamb, yeah.
Oh shit, that was good. Yeah, that place was awesome.
And then, so Lane was there. Jalen worked at Bangers and Friedman's as well. Nupon worked at like a Thai restaurant. He was a manager there. And then I worked at Franklin's, Valentina's, and La Barbecue.
Okay,
And Dylan also. Actually, we all
tons of experience between
Yeah.
the five of you. Holy shit!
So you grew up in Fort Worth or
we grew up in Arlington.
Arlington? Okay.
Yeah.
Which school did y'all go to?
Martin High School.
Martin. Okay.
Didn't famous people go to Martin? Weren't there?
Yeah, one particular famous, person, football player, goes by the name of what's his name?
Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett. Yeah.
Did you go to
Yeah.
school with Miles Garrett?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Really?
I had a class with him. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think he would remember me, but I definitely remember him.
Was he
yeah.
a big dude?
Yeah, he was pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's massive now.
Yeah, he's massive. He's definitely massive. I didn't think he was, I was 1 year older than him, so.
Okay. So you towered over him, and you're like,
Yeah.
back in your
right.
place.
No, I don't think I would do that. I think he was still definitely bigger than me. Yeah.
That's funny.
Even 1 year younger.
Very cool. Sorry. So all these different restaurants down in Austin, what made y'all want to start your own back up here?
I don't know. It just seemed like, they had like at the point, they had all dropped out of college pretty much. And, we didn't really have anything else going on. And,
No one finished? The whole reason y'all went down there?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm not hating on it. I'm trying to finish up right now finally.
Yeah,
So
no,
I mean,
no, I don't think none of us finished.
you have
college.
time.
And,
You got plenty of time.
Yeah. And,
Well, he doesn't. He said he's not.
I'd have to start over. I'd have to start from that.
Yeah.
From nothing.
You'd
Yeah,
be like
except
me.
for nothing, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm doing right now. It's fucking weird.
No, we were just working at the restaurants. We felt like we had gone to a lot of barbecue restaurants. We had eaten a lot of barbecue. We had cooked a lot of barbecue, and we were just like, okay, now there's 5 of us that probably could open up a restaurant together. And we had worked at a lot of food truck barbecue places that that ran with only 5 people and stuff like that. And we just figured like, hey, there's 5 of us. Let's just go open a barbecue place, just the 5 of us.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what we did.
So you said that you personally worked at La Barbecue, Valentina, and Franklin's?
Yes.
Which one did you love working at the most?
Probably La Barbecue.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just they were cooler. I worked with Dylan, and I never really they kind of just let us do our thing, which is kind of crazy because at the time we were both 20 years old, and I felt like we were already kind of they weren't there. The owners weren't there a lot. It was just me, Dylan, and a few other people that just kind of made that restaurant run.
So you were already running a business,
yeah, kind of,
like at this point. Yeah, okay.
Kinda, yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Anything that you picked up? I mean, obviously Franklin's is a big name here, and not even just in Texas, but just nationwide.
Right.
Anything? What is one of the biggest things you took away from working at Franklin's? Would you say?
Not a whole lot from Franklin. I mean, I don't feel like Franklin's was pretty good. The food is pretty good, but I think it's not as good as it used to be. And I mean, when I was working there, it was already kind of going downhill.
Oh, really?
I didn't really take much from Franklin. I would say I took more from La Barbecue.
That sounds like another barbecue place that we shall not mention.
Went downhill.
Started off really, really killer, and it's mediocre at best now.
Well, I will say that I did at the beginning of COVID, whenever no one had anything to do, I started paying for masterclass. And so Franklin has got, this whole masterclass, which is really good. Honestly, I think it's a really well done masterclass. And he goes through a bunch of different things like steak and broccolini and brisket and ribs and everything like that. But he gives out kind of like a breakdown of what you should kind of look for and some things like that I thought was pretty interesting. I've never actually eaten at Franklin's, but I will tell you that doing that masterclass, I mean, like, I don't have award winning barbecue, but like I could turn out a pretty good brisket because of it. I mean,
Your
it definitely was
brisket,
helpful.
brisket pre-masterclass.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Post-masterclass has been great, and
Right.
turning it into the enchiladas and on all that stuff that we did last time, I think at Danny's or whatever, turned out awesome.
I mean, when you make so much brisket
Yeah.
and you only have like a couple, 8 guys or something like that, you can't finish it in one sitting. It becomes enchiladas and tacos and eggs and everything.
Yeah,
So
you got to.
very cool. Yeah. I've always wanted to try out Franklin's, but I also don't care to sit in that line. And we decided to go to the Micklethwaite that one
Right.
time. We're
Yeah.
like,
I think that's the way to go. Yeah.
and it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
well, and
never did that.
it wasn't just that it was so good; it was also that it was different. I mean, like there's not a lot of places that are doing pulled lamb
And lemon
then-
poppy.
Yeah, the lemon poppy coleslaw.
or
Yeah,
something like that
was
bomb.
awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool spot.
So with that brisket, like, what do you like making with that? Like, do you ever make any like side meals or anything?
You got some
special?
leftover brisket at the house.
I think we made some tamales one time.
Oh, man,
yeah,
that sounds
with the chopped brisket, but with the sliced brisket, not so much. The sliced brisket, I'm purely focused on making it the best sliced brisket with nothing else on it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's chopped beef, I'll throw the chopped beef in anything.
But like if you got some like let's say pre Goldees, if you had a whole bunch left over, like were you just gonna like snack on that, or would you throw it into like eggs or do something different with it just to
I think
like
we
your
just
leftovers?
I think we just kind of snacked on it.
Yeah.
I think we would with the leftover stuff, I think we would try it out. We were also trying out to making sides and stuff like that, and we would try it. Take a bite of the brisket and then take a bite of the side and see if it or we would make sauce and then we dip the old brisket, we warm it up, and we were recipe testing with the brisket instead of we were trying to figure out our whole menu.
Okay, gotcha.
With the leftover brisket.
That's cool.
So you talked about sauce. The sauce you have over there is delicious.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's very good. But there are purists who are like, well, if barbecue's good, you don't need sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But the fucking sauce goes hard. I will say that.
That is like we hear that all the time, and what we tried to do was just we tried to make a super good sauce, and it's basically it's a balanced sauce of like it's a balance of sauce of like all the sauces we enjoy throughout our time eating barbecue. So it's, it's mustard based, but it still has that classic Central Texas feel to it. And then it's a little spicy, a little sweet. It's a super balanced sauce that we like a lot, that we would dip our brisket into, because we think it's it's not just some ketchup and vinegar mixed up and you just call it that
need
sauce.
something that's going to like complement, right? Versus some of the other sauces that you might come across is just like it overpowers the brisket.
It fixes-
It fixes the brisket. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Because most old school places, I guess it was like, this is brisket, it's bland, it's whatever. We don't care. It's tender, so just dip it in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like we didn't even try to make this good.
That's weird thinking about that, because you're right. Like a lot of the old school places, like I didn't like sliced brisket. I went for the chopped beef sandwich because you throw the barbecue sauce on there and it had a lot of flavor. But yeah, who wanted sliced brisket? There was no flavor whatsoever other than just being super tender.
Right.
Yeah, it was just that's how it used to be. It's just like, and it still kind of is some places. There's still places that do like, okay, this brisket's just super tender. Like we don't care about it. But
I mean, I'll throw one out there, Riskies. I love Riskies. Like Riskies is a nostalgic place
What
for me.
at Riskies though?
I
mean, the sandwiches?
They're chopped beef, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Chopped beef, their potato salad. I like their potato salad.
True that.
But really, like, they're old school, but it's going to hold a special spot. And we've talked about this, I think, with Dane. Like, there's certain, like, y'all's barbecue is awesome. I couldn't eat it every day because it's way too rich and it would just destroy me. Mm-hmm. But like, if I want like a quick sandwich or whatever, go into like Riskies or Railhead or someplace like that. Like, it's not the most amazing thing that you're ever going to eat, but it's decent barbecue just to have, So we went on Sunday, like we mentioned. We ordered literally everything that was on the menu.
And the beef rib. That beef rib.
Oh, the beef ribs.
So let's kind of run through. Let's start with the sides.
I just want to say I'm kind of upset that I only took the bread pudding. I should have taken that skin off that beef rib.
Well, you should have, and you didn't. So we had the meat sweats. We were drunk from the meat. Like I mean, you didn't know what you were doing.
Sorry.
No big deal.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time. So we went on Sunday, which y'all open at 11, right? Mm-hmm. I've never been on a Saturday or Friday. I don't know how crazy busy it is. Maybe you can kind of fill us in. But on Sundays, we got there about 8:45. As long as you get there before 9, I think that you're fine, which is 2 hours before you open. But at least you're not waiting hours after you open because, the line wrapped around the entire parking lot. Is it the same on Fridays and Saturdays?
Yeah, I would say it's about the same. I would say always getting there at like 9 a.m. or a little bit before 9 a.m. is probably your best. I think it's the best time. It's 2 hours. But the 2 hours you are waiting are like sitting down.
Yeah.
Even when our line maxes out, like how y'all saw it at the street, that from back there is 2 hours. So it's either you want to spend, 2 hours sitting down, or you want to spend 2 hours sitting or standing and just kind of slowly walking
and
forward.
maybe not get everything that you want. Right?
Maybe it kind of depends. I think our line dies before, but like no one's gonna wait 2 hours and not get everything on the menu.
Okay.
Basically.
Really?
Yeah. If you're there like around 11 or noon, we should have everything on the menu up until 2 o'clock, and then at 2 o'clock our line starts to die, where it's like maybe just outside the smokehouse, and then people start walking up. But I've already warned them. I'm already telling them, hey, like. We might not have this, we might not have that. You can still wait, but we might not have this and this. But I always keep the line updated on what they're not going to get. I would never let anyone out there wait.
Nice.
Sounds like y'all do really good with your inventory then, because a lot of times people like literally run out like an hour or two into it. So you're like giving everyone a chance to get some, and then when you die down, that's when you run out. That's pretty efficient. That's great.
Ideally, we want to at like we close at 3. Our hours say 11 to 3. You want to cut into the last brisket at like 250, and you want to cut into your last rack at 250, and it's extremely hard to do that, to figure that out. But we always cook more than less. Like we rather have like one brisket left over than not feed 30 people at the end of the day. Right. You know what I'm saying, of brisket, because everyone's pretty much there for brisket. So there's definitely hasn't been a day where we cooked way too much and we had like 20 briskets left over or something like that, because then I might change my whole philosophy. But we've been pretty spot on with our numbers.
How many briskets do you go through in a day?
40 to 50.
Wow.
So it kind of depends. If they come in really big, we do 40. If they come in, like normal, kind of medium, we do 50.
Got it.
So the days, how do they start? Like what time do you get over there? What time do you start prepping?
I get over there. I guess Thursday morning we put the briskets on about 6 a.m. That's for Friday. So the briskets cook from 6 a.m. all the way until about midnight. Then they go in the warmer, which is those two holding warmers next to our cutting service. And then the rib guy comes in, the graveyard shift guy comes in, and he comes in at midnight. He fills both those smokers up with ribs, turkeys, and then he fills that 500-gallon smoker up with beef ribs. And we cook those overnight. And then we do sausage like an hour before service. And that's how kind of the whole meat thing goes. And it goes like from Thursday morning, the pits don't stop until Sunday afternoon. So they go 24/7.
So I know that, y'all didn't finish college, but like from a data perspective, I'm sitting here thinking about like the efficiency. What y'all are doing is so damn smart. Like that, you're kind of breaking it off into the pieces where you absolutely need to have people there, right? And like everyone's doing their work and it comes out beautifully and you have enough for everyone that's in line. That's crazy. Like I can't, it's pretty incredible. I mean, hats off to y'all.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I'm definitely working like some crazy hours, especially the first month we got number one. It was some insane hours, but
I'm sure.
But yeah, we got 4 great owners and they pretty much everything you're going to eat. One of the owners has touched and made sure is good. Like, cause if it's bad, you're going to come, I'm going to be walking around coming table to table and asking, how everything was. And I'm going to be, I'm going to hear all the feedback basically. Yeah. And if it's bad, then I'll know who actually did it too.
So now that you bring up the other owners, I'd like to know about them and what you find, like what's their best quality.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
We were talking about what we ate on Sunday. How did you get there?
No,
So everybody brings something different to the table, right?
Yeah. The classic Javier segue.
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely. I would say Lane brings, a great palate. He's got a great palate for barbecue, for sure. And just food in general. So he brings that. I've been to more places with barbecue places with Lane than anyone else, and he's been to even more barbecue places than me, just by himself. Just going and trying barbecue. So he's just a huge barbecue head, and is great for the restaurant. Obviously, Jalen's super chill. He's relaxed. So when things get too stressful up there, he's nice to have up there. Like. Whatever, it is what it is,
Everyone needs that.
Yeah. So you need that. Nippon, he's brought the Laotian flair to the sausage and that's been huge because people really, really like that. And it's been great for him because, he's getting a lot of recognition for that stuff.
So did y'all have that sausage on Sunday?
No.
Because I saw
it was Saturday only.
Because I saw it on the board. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds exciting.
It's Saturday only all month this month.
And they do say, I've read on, I hate to bring it up, for the foodies, but they say to, like, if you're going to go over there, like, try that sausage.
He's the one that talked to South by, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I remember him talking about the sausage and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he talked there. We aren't doing it as much. There's a lot of prep that goes into it, and it's really hard to have on the menu. It's just a very time consuming menu item. And when we were running it back originally, we were making 20 links for a day, and I was like, who cares? Yeah. But now we would have to, if we wanted to run it all weekend, we'd have to make like 600 links, and it's a totally different thing. So, then that prep becomes like, how do we do all that prep without it ruining the sausage?
Sure. Yeah.
So then we bring it down to, one day only. So then we can actually focus on it. And, that's where it is right now.
That's smart. Let me ask you this. Who's Goldee? Who is Goldee?
Who is Goldee?
Goldee, we probably spent a good year thinking of the name of the restaurant. It was just a lot of bad names, just terrible names.
Dude, I can't wait to hear this.
I remember the worst one. I always hated it. They really liked it, but it was Secondhand Smokehouse, and they really liked it.
That's pretty good.
You'll have no idea how close Goldee's was to being named Secondhand Smokehouse. Like it was actually way too close. I think we had it like we were gonna call it like Dick Price Barbecue.
Oh, because it's Dick Price.
Because you're on Dick Price, and they're like, that's kind of a terrible name.
Yeah.
Like that's a really bad like marketing name or whatever. But luckily, one of the owners, Dylan, he had an old truck, and it was like gold, and he called it Goldee. And then I think he was just like, what if we just named it Goldee? And I was like, that's perfect.
Man, that
ruins
ruins my thought though now.
What, like I just Goldie Hawn?
No, I just pictured like this old lady, you know, like this old lady, like it was like someone's grandma that had like these badass barbecue, and it was like reminiscent of that. Like I had this whole story in my head playing, and it's about a truck. It's named after a truck. I mean, that's cool. That's cool too.
Cool.
It was the truck that towed around the pit that helped us save all the money for the restaurant.
That's
like
awesome.
We did caterings and we did classes, and that truck was a huge reason why we were able to open the restaurant.
Well, that makes me feel better now.
Yeah.
Well, Dick Price would have been a good one.
You
too.
just like it because Dick's in the name.
Yeah.
Dick, I think it was. I think we went we were like gonna do Price's barbecue. I think that was like the second closest one. Where I just felt like it was kind of lazy, but it was like Price's barbecue.
Does anybody know who Dick Price actually is?
That's the point I brought up with them. I was like, what if this guy's like a terrible dude? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to name the restaurant after some terrible person. So.
Right.
And then since there's 5 of us, most places are just going to be named after their last name. Like just one dude. And he's like, this is my last name's barbecue.
Did you leave anybody out in the owners, or did you?
I don't,
He did 3.
I didn't talk about Dylan. Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan doesn't actually really work at Goldee's anymore. He lives, in Colorado.
Okay.
But, he was the face of Gold. He was kind of the face of Goldee's. He's like this super sweet, nice dude that would talk to every single customer. And we still have people that come up there and like, where's Dylan at? But he hasn't been there for about a year.
But he's still co-owner?
He is still owner. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, we've been friends with him for a long time. It was just like,
you didn't cut his ass out.
He was just, it was just like, he just wanted to do something else. And we were like, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, we get it. But, he came back the weekend that we got number 1. He came back and helped us.
That's awesome.
So that was really nice. Yeah, that was awesome.
Nice.
Can you think about like one or maybe a few moments when you had barbecue that was just so insanely good that it just like threw you back? Not your own barbecue, but just like in the times that you've gone to all these other places. Mm-hmm. Like what place stands out to you?
It probably still is, but it used to be La Barbecue's pork ribs. Those were my favorite. And then but that's all I kind of remember. Like back in the day, we used to go to La Barbecue all the time, and I would only get pork ribs, and that was it. And I loved them. But the best overall tray of barbecue I think I've ever had is probably from Cadillac Barbecue in Dallas.
I don't think I've ever been there.
I haven't either, but it's Cattle, right? Cadillac.
So.
Yeah.
They're number 6 on the list.
Where
I
is
knew
that?
they were.
We're in Dallas.
I don't know. Hey, look.
I don't know. Farmers.
Hey, Google.
Ranch or something like that. Is that
Google.
Yeah, something like that.
Cadillac Barbecue. Look it up.
CAT. What are you supposed to?
Cattlelack.
I've actually only been there once, and when we went, it was me and Lane, and we were actually in line. This is before we had we were just working at barbecue places.
Lane's the one with the good palate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we were actually in line. We were in line behind Daniel Vaughn.
Oh,
the barbecue
shit.
editor. We were right behind him. We didn't know him. He didn't know us. It was a very long time. Well, we did know him, but he didn't know us. But we just knew he was the barbecue snob. And so we get up to the front of the line, and he actually lets us cut because he said he's waiting for a friend. Okay. So that I'm not saying this is the reason, but I'm saying he thought Daniel Vaughn was the next person. You know what I'm saying? That he was about to cut for. And working in this barbecue, you find out people set aside the good stuff.
Yeah,
for
you
Daniel
got
Vaughn.
the cuts.
And I'm not saying he did this, but I know a lot of barbecue places do this. So we don't do this, but we treat everyone like they're Daniel Vaughn. But so we get up there and we order everything on the menu because it's our first time. We've never tried it. We were living in Austin. We barely come back here and visit, basically. And we get everything on the menu, and it was the best tray I've ever had, ever. A barbecue. Yeah.
Well, we're going to check it out now.
Yeah, we're going to have to go to Cadillac now.
What'd you find, Stark?
They're closed right now.
Great. Awesome. Fantastic.
Cool.
Thanks for your help.
Their hours are like Thursday and Friday.
Oh, just 2 days.
Yeah, and then they do one Saturday a month.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
You do Thursday.
Yeah.
Probably less packed on a Thursday. You're off.
So you're a man of good
Stark's
food.
going to give us a location. Hang on.
You're a man of.
Hang on. I'm going to
Branch.
Okay,
Do you
just
want
give us
the-
a location. Shut up.
latitude, longitude? What you want?
Yeah, give me the fucking coordinates.
That's what the people want is the latitude, longitude. What are you doing?
All right. So it's in Farmers Branch.
Farmers
Yeah,
Ranch.
farmers.
All right, cool. All right. Continue now, sir.
Dildo. So you're a man of good food. So what's your opinion on buffets?
This isn't on the list of questions.
I
This
think
is not approved.
I actually don't hate buffets.
Really?
I mean, I'm not going there to eat the best food ever, but but if I'm starving, I'm going to a
I
buffet.
ain't going to eat the
Every
best. I'm
place
just
has got
going to eat
their
a lot.
place.
So,
Yeah.
so what's your favorite buffet?
Wow, I don't. I can't even think about the last time.
Because
I
you
went
have
there, but-
you have your Golden Corrals, you have
Yeah.
your Boss's Pizza.
Well, I
you
feel like
have,
they're actually all
Ryan's.
buffets are kind of the same.
Yeah.
they are. Give
Yeah,
or
I feel like
take.
they're all equally as not as good.
Not Old Country Buffet.
Have you? Oh yeah.
Old Country Buffet was
Different.
wonderful.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
R.I.P. Have you ever been to Poncho's Mexican buffet?
I haven't.
No?
Is it good?
It's. I mean, it used to be a staple
Poncho's.
in
Yeah.
the DFW area, but
Yeah.
now there's only 2 left.
There used to be one out in growing up in Arlington. It was actually there was one off of Green Oaks and 20. Yeah.
It's a staple in Texas, period, or it was. When we were growing up, it was an overall
Yeah.
Texas staple.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. And now there's
Their corporate
2
headquarters
left.
was off of 121.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fancy.
Okay, so let's get back to the question that I tried to, or the point I tried to make like 10 minutes ago. Let's talk about the food that we had because we got everything.
all right.
And so we can talk about like the expectations of the people. Like when they go to Goldee's, what are some of the things they can expect? So let's start with the sides. So on the sides, we had the beans. What can you tell us about the beans?
The beans.
They're beans.
Yeah, they're beans.
They're
right?
beans.
They're going to taste
they're
good.
They
they're
had big old chunks of meat in it.
Yeah,
Not much.
they have our chopped beef. They have our chopped beef, and I think they're probably the best beans. I mean, I think they have a lot of flavor. They're not too thick, not too thin. I think they're right on. That's kind of the the focus of the beans is like getting the thickness level right, and then having the chopped beef and having a lot of flavor in them.
Yeah.
Thickness.
They were
Yeah.
very, very good.
They're really good to mix with eggs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're sure? You don't know?
No, I wanted
They're
to.
very
I-
good,
I
probably.
wanted to take some, but Carolyn took them all.
Okay, here we go.
I'm kidding.
And then we had the coleslaw.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the coleslaw?
The coleslaw is like I would say it's not like a coleslaw you've ever had.
No.
Which I get a lot is people say that it's that they do not like coleslaw, but they like our coleslaw.
Right.
Samesies.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. That's another thing we learned from going to all these barbecue places is you find either you get like a tangy coleslaw or you just get like a mayonnaise coleslaw.
Yeah.
And it was like that is too like specific to people. Like that could split half and half. Like if someone's gonna like it or someone's not gonna like it. So basically, you kind of take both those things, you balance it, and you make it both of them.
What Chad was saying is like, oh man, this could be like, it's not even like a coleslaw. It's like a side salad almost.
Yeah, it's like a fresh side salad. Like it was very
and
tasty.
it's got the kale and the onions in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. I think it kind of clears the palate too while you're eating the barbecue. And I think it's it's my favorite coleslaw. So I mean that's kind of the whole thing is like it's our favorite food.
Yeah,
like
I don't
every
generally
Saturday.
like it because like all the mayo and it's just like
Yeah.
thick and kind of gross and
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like a really good like a lot of times you have coleslaw if it's not with barbecue for like spring or summer or things like that. And it's just like too much.
Yeah.
And it was just so fresh and crisp and it was just
It's like
it
you've
was
gone to
delicious.
the barbecue or the cookout and someone's left the coleslaw. It's been sitting out for like 2 or 3 hours, but we still eat it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. So that was the coleslaw. Then there was the potato salad, right?
Yes.
Which is like a red potato salad.
Yes, which is it's exactly the same thing, kind of. It's not, I wouldn't say it was like if someone asked me if it's like mustard based, I wouldn't say no. It doesn't taste like straight up mustard, like or it doesn't taste like straight up mayonnaise. It's a balance of the two, and it it has all these different like fresh vegetables and stuff like that in it, and I just think it's like a really good potato salad. It's not like a potato salad you'll have anywhere else.
Right. Yeah. It was really, really good. And I always prefer because I don't like mustard based potato salads either. And so it's like it's bomb.
Yeah, it's
See,
not
I
straight up like
love mustard based potato salads.
Exactly. See, that's,
But it's a good like you said, it's a great balance.
It's a good balance.
Look,
So see,
you're wrong.
that's what I'm saying.
You're
is
wrong. It's not good. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you'll split it. You'll split your customers.
You're saying that his potato salad's not good?
No,
is that what you just said?
It's great. I'm saying you're wrong.
But that's exactly right. You split the customers with having when you have something taste exactly like something, you split people up. Like
Right.
it tastes exactly like mustard. It's a mustard potato salad, and anyone who doesn't like mustard does not like that potato
makes
salad.
sense.
And that goes with pretty much everything on our menu.
You just do it a little bit different so that
just
it's your own thing.
Where it's like everyone should like it. Like everyone should like this because it's a balance of different flavors and different things.
So you get number one, and
We're not done with the sides. Are you
Oh, you're
going
not?
on to another?
Are you
No,
still?
we are 3 out of 5 sides in, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. We got so much meat and stuff to talk about.
I've got a
Save
button.
it, save
I've got
it.
a button for that. Cool. He's muted. All right, continue on.
All right, and then it was the grits.
Yes, the cheesy grits.
Cheesy grits, yeah, which is super tasty. It's almost like a really thick soup, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
what can you tell us about that? Because it was better than any cheesy grits I think I've had.
That is like our substitution for macaroni. So macaroni isn't most places you'll go, sometimes you'll have some good macaroni, sometimes it's straight up like terrible. And the thing is because holding macaroni is really hard. Like holding it, like you have to make it person to person. And the cheese just, dries out. The macaroni dries out in general when you try to hold it into it in a pan or a steam table or anything. But with the grits, they don't do that. So, and we're able to, constantly stir them and add whatever we want to. And the grits just don't quite do that.
Well, you're right, because like the mac and cheese at most places is kind of like coagulated.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. So we didn't want to do that. We don't want to like, if we put mac and cheese on the menu, everyone's going to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know that, but we don't want to serve like some kind of, terrible mac and cheese.
So who came up with the idea of serving grits?
Lane. Yeah.
They're
Oh my God,
delicious.
they're fucking bomb.
They're great. They are really good.
I was never one to eat grits until like I think we went to Nashville and went to that one place to share food. But after that, I think I was like, I'll try some more. And these were just like a flavor kick in the mouth.
So like you never did like
everybody.
shrimp and grits or anything?
No, I was.
Wow.
Like their grits would be fucking bomb with shrimp and grits. Like if you just like go to Goldie's, say the meats, grab the grits,
Don't
go home.
say that.
But you can't say that because
I know.
you got to get the meats.
And then you go home and like make your own shrimp and grits. It would be bomb as hell. Like that would be super good.
It would be super good.
Yeah.
You definitely could, but I mean, you'd have to wait in line and
You might as well get the meats.
Might as well
and
get the
everything.
meats too. Yeah.
unless you got a whole brisket. If you get a whole brisket, you can get a large side, so you could do that.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Pay
Okay.
$200 for the shrimp and grits. Yeah.
That's a good to
Worth
know
it.
though.
Yeah.
All right. So that was for the sides. The fifth one that we had was what used to be.
Kennedale's.
What was it used to? It used to be the hash.
Pork hash, yeah.
Pork hash. They renamed it to the Kennedale stew,
Yes.
which is what?
It's like
It's the best
It's-
concoction ever.
so
it's
good.
it's a gravy, and we take the trimmings from our pork ribs. So we kind of shape up the pork ribs. We have this extra meat that we don't want to put in our sausage because the sausage is all beef, but we used to put that in the sausage. But anyways, we take those trimmings and we blend it up into the gravy with like a emergent blender, and we blend it so it's like real shreddy, and then we cook it with that gravy, and then we just put it over white rice.
So I will say, out of all the sides, like I could see, okay, you can definitely know that like this potato salad, this is, cheesy grits and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know what to expect whenever I got the pork hash or now the Kennedale.
Yeah, me
stew.
neither.
Yes.
Had no idea. It's like you still like you have to take a few bites and you're like, oh.
Well, when you look at it,
yeah.
you're just like, I don't.
That looks gross.
Yeah, I'm like,
What they put on my rice?
it's what I imagine like porridge or whatever. Like, please, sir.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's what. Like, look at it. I'm like, okay, but it smelled good. And then you taste it. and You're just like, huh.
Yeah, we've actually
And you go back for more.
Yeah, it's we used to like put like little green onions on it to make it not look so bad, but there was like a Facebook post in the North Texas Barbecue Addicts, I think that's like a group on Facebook, but they posted our tray and there was like 50, 60 people, and this is back when we were doing we were doing 4 to 6 briskets a day. We were really struggling, but there's probably 40, 50 people that said that the stew literally looked like poop and like literally just went on and on and on about. And we were just reading the comments of all these people just saying that the stew literally just looked like shit. And we were like, I mean, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
though.
it
We know
tastes
it's
great.
good.
Eat it.
But we were like, nah, fuck it. We're not going to put the green onions on it and stuff. We're just going to, it is what it is. We stand by it. It looks ugly, but it tastes very good.
It's on the menu. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Like I had an idea of how it was going to look in my head, and it looked exactly like it did because I used to eat something like that. Like I used to be in daycare whenever I lived in Crowley.
Oh, I thought
they
you were going to
fed
say
him
back in
slop.
Mexico.
back in the motherland.
Here's just slop.
On the farm.
It's just slop, boy. No, it was really good. Like just took me back. But this has way more flavor.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm tasting now because I didn't know what they threw in there. But
Well, it's kind of like SOS. SOS isn't that like most appealing, like the shit on a shingle or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not the most appealing meal, like whenever you look at it, but it's good. So
Yeah, so it really is good, and it's just completely different than anything that you would expect it was going to taste like. It's really, really freaking good. So those are all the sides, right?
Yes.
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those are going to be the 5 sides?
Yep. Every
Cool.
time.
hey, your mommy says the stew is so good, so freaking good.
Yes, it was. So let's go to the meat. So let's see, what was the turkey Let's start with the turkey.
That's the best turkey I've ever had. Was it's so moist and a lot of people fail at turkey. You go to like a lot of barbecue places, and it's just dry and terrible tasting.
It's not so much that they fail; they just literally don't try to make good turkey. Like turkey is the easiest thing on our menu to make. Like
but it's not the staple, so they don't care.
I mean, it's most places just throw it on the menu just to have it. Like they literally don't care. They're like, we got turkey, people are gonna order, we don't care. But our turkey is, I mean, our turkey comes in pre-brined, so it's already pretty salty. But we throw some rub on there and we cook it, and we just try to cook it like perfect. Yeah. And like once you cook it perfect, and it's not hard to cook perfect either. With all our meats that we have, it has the biggest like variable range of like it being good. Like you could pull it at 15 degrees of a variable, and it'll still be good either way.
Yeah.
So that's just the thing. But usually I think most barbecue restaurants throw it on, they just blast it, whatever, pull it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we do hear a lot about turkey because we wanted to have the best turkey. Like we want the turkey to stand out and be like, that's good turkey.
Well, congratulations, you succeeded.
I don't really know what you're supposed to look for in a good turkey, but like I know that whenever you pick up a piece, like you can see like the striations, like it starts not falling apart, like it's very firm in there, but like you can kind of see light coming through. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
you get that breakdown already.
Is that good? Because I assume that's good.
I think that's good
because it's tasty and it's juicy. So. But like that's something I definitely noticed with y'all's. Is that something I don't normally see at like a barbecue?
Well, I think the difference is like the other ones are so dry, so like the meat doesn't actually start to kind of separate.
Right.
And that's the thing. So you don't get that. You can see the lines and everything, but in the muscle, but
it breaks apart. It isn't
right.
like, just kind of tear.
Right. Same thing with the brisket though. Like it's juicy and you can see it kind of start doing its thing, but it's still firm. Like it's still one piece, which I know that is what you're supposed to do with brisket, right? Yes. So tell us about the brisket. Is the brisket your baby, or is it like still like a collective thing?
I would say it's a collective thing. Yeah. Like I do spend a lot of time like trying to make the brisket better. Like I said, we've only been over for 2 years, and I really don't think that our menu or our brisket or our tray of food has like peaked yet. Even we were open a year and a half when they gave us number one. We still feel like
through COVID.
Yeah, through COVID.
Like
yes.
Y'all opened like right when COVID started, right?
Yes, right at the beginning of COVID.
We're gonna talk about that.
And then we closed. We closed down and we did curbside for an entire year. And then I think the dining room had been open for less than 6 months when we got number one. Wow. And like I said, we just really felt like we were serving the best food we could, like we could at that point. But I still feel like we have a lot of stuff to improve on and like get better at.
Well, I like that's front of mind though, right? Yeah, like y'all are young, you're new. To get this so early on is pretty awesome, but for you to still have that mindset, because so many places say like, okay, I got it. Like whatever we're doing, it's fine. Yeah. Like this is good enough to get it. Yeah. Right. But you're still going to continue to try to do different and more, right?
Yeah. We're going to try to just keep improving everything on the menu. Like I said, I don't think our it's peaked yet. Yeah. I think there's still, we eat the tray. Like I said, we eat the tray every week. We eat the tray every week, and we always feel like
go
it's
hard
great. Yeah, we go. We eat every week. We feel like it's great. We feel like it's the best. Yeah, but we feel like it's not our best yet.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome.
I want to apologize for that because. Anytime, okay, so this is how it works. Anytime that, like, when one of us mess up, like, we're going to call it.
We don't usually call it the guest.
No, it's fine. It's totally.
But you're here. You're one of us right now. So
exactly.
Your family. All right.
Which is totally cool. Yeah.
So next, let's go with the ribs. So the ribs were amazing. Also, they're not just like falling off the bone, which I used to really like Salt Lick back in the day because they just like fell off the bone.
But they're not like, all right, competition barbecue, they're not supposed to fall off the bone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know that back then. I thought ribs are supposed to rip right off.
Like, should be tender, but should be
it's
firm
still,
too.
Yeah, it's firm, but tender and delicious. It still comes right off, but like, while you're chewing. So what could you tell us about the ribs?
The ribs, kind of the same thing that I was talking about with the sides. We have our own separate sauce for the ribs that we glaze the ribs with basically and wrap them up in foil, but it's basically a balance of sweet and tangy. And then we try to get as much smoke flavor as we can in such a short period of the ribs cook so fast. So we use post oak only, and it's a mild wood. So we smoke the ribs really good. We try to get as much smoke flavor on them. Then we don't wrap them while they're still cooking. We wrap them once they're done, so they still have a firm, barky bite to them.
Yeah.
And then you wrap them in that sauce, and you kind of cut them with that sauce. But the sauce shouldn't be the thing you taste. The overpowering taste. It's a thin sauce, so it kind of just blends with the whole bite. It should be like porky, smoky, a little salty, and then a little sweet and a little tangy. And so it's not something like same with the potato salad where you say that's a mustard potato salad. You don't have our rib and you say that's a sweet rib. You don't say that's a tangy rib. You don't say that's a barky rib. You say it's just a blend of all the things that we really like about it.
Do you go membrane on or off?
On. Yeah.
Going back to balance, like it sounds like everything we're talking about is just like balance seems to be like the focus, right? That's really cool.
That's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of how you don't split your customers. I mean, that's literally how you do it.
Marketing 101.
I mean, it's just we don't write like a little. Most places you'll go, they'll have a little. This is like they would probably write like mustard potato salad. Like ours just says these things, and that's just what it is. It's just like our version of that thing,
right?
So it's not like it doesn't have a little, a little descriptive word in the beginning.
Yeah. Very cool. So we got 2 left. So one, I think we've got 2 left. I mean, we didn't have the chopped brisket, but it was chopped brisket, right? I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, it's just chopped brisket, and it's with the table sauce.
Okay.
So we mix it with table sauce.
Nice. And again, I know we kind of talked about the barbecue sauce, but like I was finding myself like eating the meat and not wanting the sauce because it's just like so good. But then it's kind of like almost, I mean, it's very much different, but like I think about Cane's sauce. It's like those tenders are fine by themselves, but like you want the sauce because it just like adds a whole nother complexity.
Or
to
you
it.
save the sauce and dip bread in it.
Or, right? I actually did that.
That's my
bread,
I actually did that because you make fresh bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
That bread goes hard too. No, I made a little sandwich with the turkey and I put the sauce in there and I was just chomping on that.
Then you just like dip out you get the remnants of the sauce on the bread.
So out of everything that y'all do,
Yes.
that's one of the coolest things I think is that y'all make fresh bread. Like who the fuck does that?
Like you don't have enough going on.
Goldie's does it.
Whose idea was that?
That was Dylan and Lane.
Because you could have easily gone with Mrs. Bear's white bread like everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean. That's what I would have done before I knew how. I saw them make the bread, and then we all worked on like a schedule for making bread because it's a long thing. So, which I didn't want to add on to us at the beginning. I wanted to make it easy as possible for us to serve the meats and the sides basically. But then we started splitting up the bread between like 3 people. So so someone would do each section of the bread basically.
Yeah.
Like making the dough, shaping it, and then like cooking it.
Like for me, like I had just like I said earlier, I went to Beast & Co. and they had Japanese milk bread, but the softness of it was akin to that, like the Japanese milk bread.
Well,
so
that's what Sakushi Sando.
Yeah.
When they were making their own Japanese milk bread, and
well, they weren't making it; they were getting it from.
I thought they started. No, I thought he started making it.
No, because it would have cost more to make it. So he went over to.
Gotcha.
They made loaves.
I'm sorry, I lied about that. Then.
You did, you son of a
I'm
bitch.
sorry.
Yeah, go for it, man. All you.
How long's the proof time typically whenever y'all are doing bread?
Probably about like I feel like it's like we make it all and we shape it all and we put it in the fridge and then we pull out like 50 loaves a day, and I think it takes about like. I feel like it takes like 5 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I'd pull them out at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And then someone starts cooking them probably around like 3 p.m.
That's cool.
So generally, like I've said it before. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or if I just said it in general, but like I don't generally like bread with barbecue. I don't know why. Like
I thought you were going to say
its point.
You normally say make that money.
You know what I say? MTM.
Yeah,
make that money.
Son of a bitch.
So like I don't like bread because I feel like it takes away from what you're trying to do. I get like maybe sop it up, but it's just like taking up more room where I could just be eating brisket. You know what I mean? Yes. Sure. So I really like the idea of tortillas because like you can just like grab it and like eat it. However, y'all's bread is so soft and so delicious, and it almost like you feel like they baked this bread for me. Like I can't not eat this bread, and it's so delicious. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna be eating a lot of this bread. It was so good.
No, a lot of people say that they're like, I don't like. Like you'll get down to the register and be like, you want some bread, and they're like, no, I don't really want it. And then we'll be like, oh, we made it in house, and they're like, oh, I'll take some. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, like they want to try it once you say it. And we really make everything. We make our pickles too, and the sauce. And there's really not anything that we don't make for that tray. Like I said, we were trying to build the best tray of barbecue, and that's usually what you find on every tray is pickles, onions, and bread. And then plus whatever sides you decided to order and meat you decided to order. But the extras were always pickles, onions, and bread. But we don't make the onions, but we make the pickles and the bread.
Yeah, because it's just straight onion.
Yeah, it's just straight onions. That. We probably could. We've made the pickled red onions before, but we were just like, well, we might one day. Yeah. Like I said, the tray is still evolving. So
I think the bread is a good star, but honestly, I think the star of the whole plate, because whenever we went there, I got to experience this. I didn't get to go this last weekend, but the beef rib.
Oh shit!
And that thing, and I remember you coming out and telling us like y'all salt the shit out of it because it's such a big piece of meat, so it's got to get in there and penetrate it.
Yes.
And get break down the the meat fibers and all that stuff, and really, I know. There you go. But really, it was one of the most incredible things. Like if you just eat the crust, all right, it's salty, but if you break in and get everything, that salt and everything it all mixes well together, and it's by far one of the best beef ribs. It's expensive, but
y'all change the price.
You got to do it.
From the last time I came, we did change it to. It used to be like $30 a pound. But it always averaged out to almost $40.
See, ours was like $60 last time. This time it was 40.
We changed it to $40 a bone.
It was perfect.
Well, which is. I think it's been pretty good.
Yeah. But prices of meat are going up and everything. So
but I'm saying like, I don't know how I feel like it went down, but we still got a shit ton of meat.
Yeah. It kind of did and it kind of didn't. So with the beef rib rack, there's 3 bones and usually one's really big. One's like 2 pounds and one's maybe 1.5 pounds and then maybe one's 1 pound. Oh, okay. So, that first bone, maybe we made $60 and then the next 2 we made, $30 each. So that's like $120.
Averages out.
And then it kind of averages out where, each bone is $40. So it's just $120 straight up. So
nice.
But the brisket's great. All the meats are great, but like that was like the most melt in your mouth.
Yeah,
like
I say beef rib's my favorite.
You put it in your mouth and like literally it starts to disintegrate. It's so good.
Well, we grabbed it with our hands. We're like, all right, somebody grab a piece and just
it's funny because that's like reminiscent. Like if you eat like Wagyu and stuff like that, Wagyu is the same deal. Like it just melts in your mouth, and that's how it's so rendered. The beef rib's so well rendered that
it just kind of melts.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We actually we didn't have the beef rib on the menu when we got number 1.
Oh, really?
It wasn't on the menu. It was something we added after we got number 1 to. We always liked the beef ribs and we always knew how to cook them good. We just didn't have, they were too pricey during COVID to have on the menu. Yeah. And we were too scared. If during COVID, if we wanted to do beef ribs, we would literally just cook 1 rack. Yeah. And we would hope that 3 people that day wanted one.
At that point, and y'all are so new, that could be a pass or fail for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously. And so we added the beef ribs later on after the number 1 list came out because we thought it would help the brisket go a little bit further. So we didn't know every day. We didn't know how many briskets to cook. But we were like, okay, if we do 50 briskets, it should last like pretty long if we add this other beef option on the menu. Like smart. Maybe someone gets a beef rib and they get a little bit less brisket, but people aren't as mad at us when we sell out of beef ribs as they are when we sell out of brisket. Yeah. So that was like the whole plan behind the beef rib. And then we, everyone loves the beef rib. And we always love the beef rib. And now we have it on the menu every day. So it actually did help. It did help the brisket go a little bit further, I think.
That's funny. I can't get past how methodical y'all are with all of the, like, this thought process of like when what goes out and how much things are getting taken in. Like, super fucking smart.
Like you can tell it wasn't just like haphazardly thrown together, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you see a lot of people with businesses, they fail or whatever, and because they're thinking about 1 or 2 things. Like y'all are thinking about the entire program holistically, and you have all of your in-house things, right? Other than the onion, which get on that. No, I'm just joking. But like you got all these things, and it's coming out, and everyone's getting served, right? It might take a couple hours, but you would expect that in a barbecue joint in Texas now, right? But everyone's getting served, and basically almost everyone's getting what they're wanting, which is really cool.
It's just, like I said, we went around to a lot of barbecue places. We tried a lot of stuff. And I think that's why our restaurant the way it is because we just found all these things that we didn't like about a restaurant or we did like, and we just kind of, you know, built this place to be like a perfect, in our heads, like a perfect ideal place for barbecue, and like the whole setup, the whole menu, everything about it.
Very cool.
So what made y'all pick the location that y'all are at? Because it's kind of like off the beaten path, unincorporated Tarrant County.
Cheapest.
Okay, yeah, cool.
It was by far the cheapest.
Dude, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like if they didn't tell you where Goldee's was, like you would never find it.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah.
But when you're that good, people find you.
I mean, it is a somewhat cocky that we opened up there, but we did figure, you know, hey, we're going to try to make the best barbecue of all time. If it fails out here, it's fine because we only pay such and such for rent. And, we could, and the landlord, you know, does not give a shit about anything that we do. And it's like, we could leave tomorrow, but I don't care. I do not care. So
Does the landlord eat there?
Yeah. He likes us. He just literally he doesn't care about that building at all.
It's probably been paid off for like ever.
Yeah, he owns that
money.
whole piece of land. So you saw the mechanic shop and everything in the back. He owns that whole piece of land, and he really doesn't care about the building. I think before we rented it out, I think he was planning on tearing it down. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I really did.
And where it's at, I mean, it's not like it's
Restaurant.
prime real estate
No,
and all that
it's
stuff.
not.
So
No.
yeah,
You're in line and you're hearing the guns go off at Alpine because it's like right down the road.
you got the landfill like not that far away either. Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, the real estate. We were just like, this is what we can afford on our own, and that was the reason why we did it. We actually did have some investors when we were first starting out. We were sitting down and talking to investors, and they wanted us to actually open up where Hurtado's is right now.
Oh wow.
So we looked at that building before it was Hurtado's, and we looked at the Caña Rosa right down the street from it too, that old place, and the Caña Rosa was like an old car shop or whatever, and it's super badass. Like it's amazing building, and we thought we were originally from Arlington. We were like, oh, we're gonna open up in Arlington, and we're gonna kill it, and then we just looked at the rent prices and we're like, no, we were at the time when we were talking to the investors and stuff. I think we were like 22, 23. And, we were talking about being $1 million in debt when we open up.
And that, like you're talking about where Hurtado's is, that, like 10, 15 years ago, it probably was, it had been affordable. Like that was, you didn't go over there, but oh man.
No, it was a lot of money to open that place up. And we were like, we didn't have a whole lot of money. I think when we opened the restaurant, we had about $60,000, and that's what we used. We went through all that to open the restaurant.
Yeah.
But we would have had some left over, but we had to replace our entire septic tank, and that took about a year to do, which was like totally crazy. But for a whole year, we were sitting in DFW, just not doing anything, but like just waiting for them to say the septic's good to go.
So the first year, how was that? I'm like going in, not the first year, the first week. Yeah, we're open.
The first
Show
week we were
started at the beginning of COVID again, right?
It was like we opened up on like February 15th, I think, or something like that. And we had 4 weekends where we were open, and it was like before COVID, no one had even talked about COVID yet.
Yeah.
We had 4 solid weeks where we were open. And after that, then we closed down. We closed down for a whole month, and me and the owners got together and we just talked about like, what are we gonna do? Because we had just blown through all our money that whole year waiting to open up Goldee's and just waiting on them to do septic permits. And Goldee's opened that first weekend. We killed it. It was like as busy as it is right now. It's just all our friends and family and like everyone. It had built a lot of hype and everyone was pumped up for it. But after that first month, and then COVID happened, and we were like, okay, well, do we close it down? Do we just, move on, or do we, go get different jobs while we wait for COVID to end, and then try to bring Goldee's back? Because, like I said, our landlord doesn't really, he didn't care, we could have closed Goldee's down for probably about a year, went and did other shit, and then came back and opened Goldee's back up. But after that month, we decided to just do curbside, and we did curbside for an entire year.
That work out for you? Because I know barbecue joints kind of had they
had to pivot
a higher success rate almost than other businesses, because like either one, you're already outside, or two, it was like a pretty easy to go, like you could handle to go because you're doing by pound and stuff.
It did work out for us, but we were making like $1,000 a day in sales.
Yeah.
And it was like nothing special. I mean, like for for that whole year, we were trying to open up Goldee's. And, I didn't take a paycheck. And then that whole year of curbside, I probably made $200 a week.
Wow.
And that was it. And that's what I just lived on for that whole year.
Well, I think that first year of COVID, no one really knew what to do. Like he was saying, like my girlfriend works at Angelo's, and they had to convert their side door to what was it?
A brothel?
Yes, a brothel. Angelo's is now a brothel, but they had to get like their
Thanks, Texas
curbside.
laws.
You heard it here first.
They went to curbside and they opened up a door they never used, and it just sprawled from there. So, y'all had to learn a lot in such a short amount of time.
Well, you had an idea, and then all of a sudden, like it's just like fuck you, and you really had to pivot.
Yeah, it was, and what we read the most online, just looking up like restaurants and stuff. It's just like, the first year of a restaurant is like the hardest year because you're figuring out your P&L, you're figuring out everything for your restaurant. And that first year, we didn't figure out anything, we didn't know we knew that's not how it was going to be forever.
Right.
And we were just like, okay, let's just try to get past this. And at that point, you're not really learning anything. And we also we really don't like the idea of like doing like to-go food. Like to-go barbecue is always the hardest to keep. Like by the time they get home, I'm always worried, like, does it suck? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it can, there's a good chance that, it dries out or the rub gets kind of washed off of it, or like the turkey dries out, or like a sauce container bust in the bag or something like that, or the container of the coleslaw bust or something. There's just a lot more to worry about when, all your customers took your food to go that day. Mm-hmm. Like that was probably the worst part about it.
Did y'all have pretty good reviews during the take home time?
Yeah,
though?
I mean, what's kind of crazy is we don't get a whole lot of reviews. Like I feel like we don't get a whole, like, even after this Texas Monthly thing came out, like we've been open 2 years. We have like 300 reviews, but I mean, it seems kind of crazy. Like I look at a lot of these restaurants, they have a lot more reviews than us. Like we don't get a whole lot of reviews. It's really weird, but
interesting.
I don't remember getting a whole bunch during COVID, but no like really bad ones.
They're trying to keep that line down. They don't want to get everybody to know, man.
Right.
Well, they probably fell asleep after eating all the goddamn food.
They
And they're like,
forget the
meat sweats and immediate nap. That's what you need after
itis.
Goldee's.
Get the itis.
The itis. So, in your opinion, what's more difficult, like smoking the perfect, I don't know, brisket, meat, whatever, or running a successful business? Like thinking about like everything else that goes on, right? Like the financials and all that kind of stuff.
I think smoking a perfect brisket is probably harder.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wanted to, if I got with the owners and say, hey, let's become millionaires, we probably could. Like within the next, 5 years, kind of like Franklin did once he got number one. He was just like, I'm just going to become a millionaire. I don't really care about the restaurant anymore. But that's not something that we really want to do. But I think that, because that part is easy, because then I just go in there and I say, I don't care how the food tastes. Like just put as many fucking briskets on there as you can. Right. And let's just crank out as much food as we can. And that's easy. So the restaurant, like marketing or making money from a restaurant is probably pretty easy.
Because you're number one for 4 years regardless, right?
Yeah. We're going to be number one. Yeah. We're going to be number one for 4 years.
So what you're saying is you choose infamy over money.
Yeah, I get what.
Cheers to that. Yeah. Cheers to that, buddy.
Because we had this discussion like
murder for everyone.
No, you can't, because you said money. You're bad people.
Well,
what I'm trying to say is you're bad people.
Yeah.
We had this question last week, whereas infamy or rich, essentially. And all these guys said money, and I said infamy. Like, why not be good at something?
You say infamy, I think of Pearl Harbor. I mean, that's what I think about.
Why would you go there?
It's a day that'll live in infamy.
No, not a day. Never mind. Okay. Continuing on. Okay.
So you win best of. Okay, right? And like, there's a lot of old heads out there. Like, what was like the things people were telling you after you got that number one status? Like,
as far as they hate us. They didn't really like us, I don't think. I wouldn't say we're big, and I wouldn't say we're very popular within the old head barbecue community.
Yeah,
I could tell you that there was a restaurant that was just like, yeah, we just we got too big for it.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Actually,
I'm like,
I know exactly who you're talking about. And they made a podcast, and they
sure did.
They bashed us pretty good.
Did they really?
Yeah, they bashed us pretty good.
And
but they did apologize, because
personally,
he reached out, but I did get pretty mad, and I was like,
it's on site.
I don't know if it was like that. I was like, shit, like. I just felt like it was wrong for him to just take shots at us. We don't make the list. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
take shots at the person who made it.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned, there's a lot of so you've got some barbecue joints that are like that. You've got other barbecue joints that are like all about almost like the brotherhood, the fellowship between each other.
Yeah.
Bouncing, you don't want to share your ideas completely, but there's mutual respect. And I've seen that between what we were talking with from Dane, and he ran into that with Hurtado's and other places where it's just we're cordial with each other. We don't hate each other. We've got something that we're bringing to the table versus what theirs, and it's different. But I don't understand why. I mean, other than you're scared. Why would you?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You got haters. We don't need to get into it. We've already bashed on them either on or off air plenty because we're not fans.
Yeah. But it's like you want everyone to succeed, right? I mean, everyone has their niche.
Generally,
if you're, I think most people should want everybody to succeed, and competition is good for business.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing this thing, May 12th, like we mentioned, with a bunch of podcasters. We're not in competition. No one cares who gets best of 3 times last year. Who knows what's going to happen this year? But, who knows what's going to happen, right? Yeah. But you still got to love the people that you're hanging out with because everyone brings a different flair, something different, right? If I go to Dane's, I'm going to get something completely different than what I'm going to get when I go to Goldee's, which I appreciate, right? Yes, you could compare the briskets and turkeys and things like that and talk whatever you want to. But for the entire tray, I'm getting a different tray at both restaurants and a different experience in both restaurants.
Yes.
And I appreciate both restaurants equally, right?
Yes.
And so I don't know. I don't know why people get all upset, but let's move on.
I think the big question that everybody wants to know, and I think our Instagram's been blowing up about this. Our YouTube channel, once we release it, we're gonna have you on there. What the fuck is a Jirby?
Jirby is basically I play a lot of Smash,
nice.
Smash Bros, and my main character is Kirby.
Oh, okay.
And it's just Jonny and Kirby.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's literally just Jonny and Kirby.
Nice.
I just wanted a name for my YouTube that wasn't my just name.
Right.
I just I needed a brand, and I could sell Jirby.
And so that segues into you've got a lot of Jirby merch.
Yes, Jirby merch.
So what is that mostly for your YouTube or where does this Jirby merch come into play?
The Jirby merch is it's I would say it's mainly from YouTube. I think I think most people that buy the merch are probably either just my friends or they know me a little bit from Goldee's, or I would say mainly they watch me on YouTube and just follow me on Instagram. But the Jirby merch is actually just money that I make from YouTube. I just buy a bunch of merch with it, and then I kind of flip it and I donate it to my friend who was just diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, awesome!
She has a GoFundMe. And basically, I just raise money with the merch. I don't keep any of it.
And then it kind of goes hand in hand with your love of pink.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, Kirby's pink, so I just do everything pink because I love it.
Kirby's pink, breast cancer awareness pink. Yeah, that's awesome.
It all kind of works out.
Can we get that link so we can put it on the Funky Panther?
Throw in the description.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
leads me in my next question because I actually have this written out. If you and Kirby got into a fight, who would win?
What?
Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
He would eat you.
Kirby for sure.
Fucking swallow your ass.
Kirby's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Kirby's strong. I don't think
So
I'm not taking Kirby.
So you like playing with Kirby and Smash Bros.
Yes.
What I'm trying to remember. I used to play that all the time. What was the NES?
Yes.
That was my go-to.
My brothers hated whenever I play with Ness.
I love playing with Ness.
The fucking fire. He's on there always
PK fire.
Yeah, he's like, quit fucking doing that. And I'm going to show him.
It's rage quit, throw the controller down.
Oh, no, I keep on doing it. And they just get really fucking pissed off. And I throw a little fucking...
Yeah, Ness was always my character.
So if people are going to go to the Jirby YouTube page, what can they find? I will say that I've been on there and I really like one of the videos that you put, I think more recently, is you went through pictures that I guess fans of yours had sent in for brisket. Yeah. And I will tell you, I learned a shit ton from just that video. Yeah. All you're doing is going through pictures, but you're talking about the rendering of the fat. You're talking about where the smoke ring is, right? Where you're supposed to see the smoke ring. Because I didn't, even think about okay, if you're getting too much smoke ring on top, and I think you said it turns purple. You don't have enough fat, right? You're not trimming it well enough.
That just comes from it's mainly I feel like it was me and Lane just like rating all these places, like when we would go to them and like kind of just find the stuff that we didn't like about these places, and then plus all the briskets that we cooked, we would look at every single slice and just kind of like get into the details of like why that slice was good or why it wasn't good.
Right.
And we've been doing this for years, and now I just do it. Like I just post on. Usually I post on Instagram and say, hey, send me some, like tag me in a picture of brisket. I'm going to give it a 1 to 10, and I think it's really funny. Like I always get a good laugh out of it. Like I don't want to upset anyone, but I feel like I might
That's
little
so
bit.
Gordon Ramsay-esque.
But it wasn't bad, though.
But Gordon Ramsay doesn't ask for the stuff. People just just fucking send them shit.
Well, he was
Rate my
saying
plate.
good things about it. Like he was like saying this could be a little bit better. And for people that are sending pictures, they probably want to know that shit.
Right. They do.
From
They
someone
do.
like you that knows what they're talking about. Like they want to know how to improve their brisket game.
Yeah, I just always get scared that someone's gonna be like, that was fucked up. You shouldn't have said that about the brisket. Like I always just get
My
really
brisket was
scared.
just fine.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm not gonna come to Goldie's and fuck, like I can't do this anymore.
Come on.
I
You
can't
lose one person, you're fine.
I know, but I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose anyone from just goofing around on YouTube or Instagram.
Right.
Just call him a fucking donut. It's fine.
I have on YouTube. I called this guy, like he was really mad because it's a barbecue YouTube channel, but I stream me playing Smash, and I go live and I answer all these barbecue questions while I'm playing Smash, and that's what I do.
Very cool.
And the guy was mad. He was like, this is like bullshit. I thought this was a barbecue channel, and I called him like I think I called him like a noob or something like that. Like it was something really stupid. It was like it was stupid. It was goofy, but he did end up coming to Goldie's, and I was like, hey,
shit.
He was like, hey, I'm that guy that you called a noob. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I'm like, cool. You want to throw down or what?
Yeah, I was like, oh,
here's some barbecue.
You're still a fucking noob, but here, taste this delicious barbecue.
Yeah, I just told him, I was like, oh man, I was just playing around. Like, he was super cool though. He was really nice about it. But he was like, the comment came off really rude, but he was actually super nice.
But now you remember his face forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was just like looking at I was watching the brisket one, and I thought it was very interesting that you were able to pick apart these pictures with like good facts and reasons on why they were not a 10 or why they were a 7 or an 8 or whatever it may be. And you didn't even taste that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty,
Yeah.
that's talent, man. That's pretty damn good.
I'm glad that people think that because I like I said, I just always get scared. They're like, oh, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like he's just making up. He's just making
you
up
know
shit.
what you're talking about.
But like I said, I've looked at I've cooked a good 100 of a couple hundred bad briskets. I've done it, and it's fine. Like I didn't serve them, but I've cooked hundreds of bad briskets, and it is what it is. So I mean, everyone has to start and learn, and just if you get too into it like I did, you just start like looking for all these little tiny details, and that's what I talk about in that video, basically.
Yeah.
Just these little tiny details.
Very cool.
So any ideas on, like new sides or anything like that?
I don't think so. On the sides, I really don't. We like keeping our menu really small like it is.
Yeah.
It just gives us more time to focus on each thing like a lot. The places you go where the bigger the menu is, the more the food like sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
True.
it is.
Yeah,
There's
that's
just
true.
too much shit to focus on.
Corn dog. Who needs a corn dog?
Hey,
Who has time to focus on that?
so our intern Stark has a question.
Oh, okay.
Hey, again.
Hey, what's up?
He's back on screen.
So one of my jobs as intern is to try to get more subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
So I hear you have quite the following.
Like 10,000
Yeah.
followers, right?
So
Yeah, I think it's at 10,000 subscribers.
How did you get so many followers? And
Well, first
anything
off,
you
they're
could share?
subscribers. Maybe you don't know what we're looking for, Stark.
No. Okay, let me preface this. We're actually looking for followers. We have started a cult.
Yeah.
We want people to join us.
I think with my YouTube channel, if you watch it, basically it is me really going against the grain of what is like supposed to be the right way to cook barbecue, which I never felt like was the right way. So it's me saying, all those things you've heard for all these years from like Franklin and all these barbecue purists is all bullshit. It is all bullshit, which it is. And that's basically what my whole channel is. So, what I kind of recommend is saying something that people might not
controversial.
like, controversial, but not like bad, but like
Like find that line, but not
something
too bad.
like I'm just like everyone's like clean smoke. You have to have clean smoke, and I say it's not really that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? That's what my channel is basically like it's helping people like just feel more comfortable cooking barbecue and just making it easier.
It's more true.
It
right?
is. It's way more true. It's way more true. But I feel like mine got popular is because I was like kind of going against the grain of what like everyone else is. Everyone else, if you watch everyone else's barbecue channel, it's these people doing the same shit over and over and over again and just drilling it into your head. And it's all the channels. They all follow one single thing and they all do it. And there's not much difference between every barbecue channel. There's not a whole lot different.
Yeah.
If you watch them all, they all, just say salt and pepper and put it on at 275 and it clean smoke only. And they all say that shit. So you'll find that with every channel. And my channel is like, hey, we don't do that at Goldee's because like I worked there and, I've been around and I've seen that that's not the case. I've cooked enough briskets to know none of that shit is true.
Right.
So that's why my channel got popular.
So pick a controversial topic.
Yeah.
Title the video, whatever you want. It can be clickbait. It's fine. Just do it.
I think my clickbait is like, I don't know. I don't know. I had like when I originally started the channel, I didn't try to make a good YouTube channel. I just tried to make funny shit that I liked. Like all the videos make me laugh, and that's really what I did for it. It wasn't for anyone else. Like I literally made it and I was
Makes
like,
sense.
no one's going to like this.
Right.
Like this is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like this is terrible, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? But if you watch my videos, you can definitely see I make the videos and then I get a little drunk and then I do the voiceovers and I do the voiceovers a little drunk so that I'm more likely to say like, funny, like real shit. And like, and that's basically what the YouTube channel is.
Nice.
You're just going against the fucking grain.
Against the grain. Yeah, against the grain.
Nice.
But it's not like against the grain and like a just doing it to do it. I really do believe that a lot of the techniques and stuff on my channel is really good. I do think it's good. And there shouldn't be any rules and stuff you have to follow when you're cooking barbecue.
Yeah.
I think it just makes people more afraid to actually try to do it the normal way.
I think that Franklin bug really was bad for barbecue. Like that was fucking terrible for barbecue. Like it has too many rules. It has too many shit. You can't, you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. It was really bad for barbecue.
It's like old guard shit versus like new order. What you're doing?
It's gatekeeping shit. It's writing a book of lies and then doing different shit at your restaurant and just tricking people type shit. Like that's exactly what that book is.
Wow.
I think it'd be like more of a like the way you're doing things and saying it. It's like you're trying to whoever wants to make like a fusion of like different types of flavors and foods are being discouraged because they're following this old shit.
There's too many. I talked to so many people about it, and they're just like I'm so focused on keeping this pit at 275 because they told me that's the only way to make it good. And it's like, just relax. Mm-hmm. It can be, it doesn't matter if it's 275, 250, 300. You just have to kind of watch the meat and just kind of learn from your mistakes and do what you got to do. But there's just so hyper focused on all these rules and shit. And it makes for a terrible barbecue.
If it tastes good, it tastes good.
Yeah,
that's it.
And Goldee tastes amazing. And so obviously y'all are doing great work. And so we really appreciate everything you're doing. And I love the fact, we obviously all kind of love the fact that you don't have to do it one certain way, right? Like we are all about focusing on doing things a little bit differently and that anyone, like being inclusive of how others can do certain things. Because something we've realized, we're just a few dudes in a fucking bedroom, we made a fucking studio.
That wall
which is
fake.
really nice.
That's not real brick, guys.
This isn't real brick, by the way.
You know how many people ask? People are like, "Is that real brick?" No, motherfucker, it's fucking plastic.
Break it down, make it real, and we appreciate everything you're doing, man.
That's the best way to do it.
Is there anything else that you wanted to? We've already been going like an hour and 40. So anything that you?
Shit, really?
I know, yeah.
Oh my god.
So anything you want to kind of like shout out?
Is that good?
Oh yeah.
I think it's our longest. Isn't
probably
it?
One of them. Yeah, it's been fun though.
Yeah, I've had a great time. Thank you.
Just keep rocking in the free world, man.
Yeah, exactly right.
Where can people find you on social? Where they can, obviously you're in Canada, they can Google it, right? But
I would follow Goldee's Barbecue, Goldee's BBQ on Instagram, Facebook. We have a website you can check out, goldeesbbq.com. There's a Jirby website actually now, so it's JirbyBBQ.com where you can JIRBY that you can find out and or that you can check out and buy the merch on there.
Very cool. And it goes to a good cause.
Yeah, which it does, and Jirby basically will always be a just for a good cause. Like I don't think I'll ever keep the money from Jirby because Goldee's is doing really well, and Jirby was always for fun anyway. And like I'm big into Mr. Beast, and I like what he does.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, that guy does wonders for everybody.
And if anything, I would like to be like Mr. Beast with the Jirby YouTube. That would be my dream, is where I can make those videos and just like like a video of me just giving away like smokers and stuff like that. Just like anything like he does. So,
Right.
Have you gone to Mr. Beast Burger?
I haven't.
mean,
Where is
There's
it?
one.
I don't know.
There's one in Lake Worth.
Is there really?
I think it's actually in the movie theater.
No fucking way.
Yeah, you could order it on Uber Eats.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
really?
And it was like it had a Lake Worth address, and I think it was.
Oh shit! I want to do that.
I saw that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Check
fuck?
it out.
Yeah,
You see the videos,
Yeah, I haven't tried it.
You can go watch Spider-Man and eat Mr. Beast.
There we go. That would be a great night. Actually, I know that would be a great night.
Well, we really appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on, man.
I
We
appreciate you.
absolutely love the barbecue. We love the spot. We'll be back many, many times. Hopefully, you all will go as well. Like we said, it's in Kennedale. Go a couple hours early. It's worth it. And go check it out.
And
It's
if you go,
absolutely
invite
amazing.
us, please. Invite us.
Yeah, we will more than likely go with you. So follow them on Instagram, social media. If you haven't already done so, you can follow us as well at the Funky Panther. Also, we're trying to hit that 10,000 mark, trying to be like Jirby. And so if you want to subscribe, not follow our YouTube channel, please do so. It's the Funky Panther on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. It'd help us out quite a bit. And everything we've got is on thefunkypanther.com. So, yeah. Stay good, y'all. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm Tim,
I'm sorry.
And we are the Funky Panther.
and I thought I was gonna be the one to mess up.
What the shit was that?